campaign against the Pan American Games for this city, and Mr. Emery is with us this morning. How's it going? You've been distributing the flyers. What's the reaction?
The reaction to me personally has been just wonderful. I've gotten over about 150 calls on the phone encouraging me to keep going, and people giving their various reasons why they're opposed. And we've had 28 letters in the Free Press in the last month opposing the Pan Am Games, and there's only been 3 in favor, and one of them was signed by 26 people. And
so you think most of the citizens are against this?
I believe that the Free Press survey they did was very fair, and it found that 85% of the people in the city were opposed to paying for the games. And on a CFPL open line poll, 75% were opposed to paying for the games through taxes. It shouldn't be confused with the fact that I'm not against the games. I'm only against taxpayers subsidizing them. If the city could run them, or if the Pan Am Games Committee could run them like the Olympics were run, totally privately funded, then I would be most willing to help them out in that venture. But when it comes to taking money from people by force, without any consent of their own, then I'm definitely opposed to that.
What about public information meetings? Some people say that that's what we should do before the city agrees to it.
That's not going to be a public information meeting. That's going to be an attempt for the City Hall to save its neck and sell the concept of the games to the citizens. It's a way of dragging out this issue so that people forget or get apathetic once again and give in to it. It's basically, they're hoping time is on their side. They want us to just forget, and they'll be able to sneak it by without us knowing.
You say that people are supporting you, but are people supporting you enough to back you with more than just saying we're against the games? So it seems like a one-man campaign that you're on your own.
It is largely a one-man campaign, but we did get 15 people to volunteer to distribute the pamphlets. I was only able to do, even day after day, 3,000 in a period of 2 weeks, and we did deliver 20,000. Some people have sent me money, small amounts, $10, and that's always appreciated. It costs $600 to print it. But, of course, people are very cynical about what can be achieved, and we're hoping to prove to everybody in London this time that working together to protect our tax money, we can do something. And my biggest job is not let the people get cynical. They have to be firm in their belief that something can be done. And there is still a lot of time, so we can do a lot.
I wanted to read something out of a Free Press letter to the editor and get your remark on it. It says here, "London is a beautiful place. It's time the people did something for London. It's time for the small, self-serving cynics to step aside so the passionate visionaries can lead London to the 21st century." This gentleman is in favor of the games.
Yes, he is. He is. Although, very flattering of him to say so in his beginning of his letter, he said that once again Marc Emery is acting as taxpayers' advocate, defending the little guy. And in a way, I like that description. I think that I'm the visionary, because unfortunately we've had visionaries for the last 20 or 30 years, and they've given us our $30 billion debt, and they've given us debt at every level of government. To me, if anything, I represent the visionaries, I hope, of the future, whereby we go and pay for only what we can personally afford.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Marc Emery. News, weather, and sports upcoming on First Edition.